Hi, this is a basic tutorial on how to find basic major and minor chords on the machine. This is not a tutorial about music theory around major and minor chords. This is just simply basically how to find them and then how to use them in the machine software. So let's get started. Right, so how to find basic major and minor chords on the machine. Firstly, basic major and minor chords are chords made up of 3 notes. And the first thing you need to find is the root note. So if I'm going to create a C major chord, I'm going to want to find the root note C, which is here. Now to find the second note for my C major chord, I need to count up 5 pads from the root. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And to find the third note, I need to count up 8. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's your C major. So if I was going to do D, C, C sharp, D, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. D major. So basically you find the root note, count up 5 pads to get your second note, count up 8 pads to get your third note, and that's your major chord. Now to find a minor chord on the machine, it's quite similar. You find your root note, so they're going for C minor, that's C, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4 for your minor, for your second note in your minor, and then it's 5, 6, 7, 8 for the third note. So the third note is still 8 as it was for the major chord. So if I'm going to do the same with D minor, so C sharp D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for D minor. So basically, for your minor chord, it's root, count up 4 pads for your second note, still count up 8 pads for your third note. And that is your basic minor chord. Now, if you can't count up 8 pads, for instance, if I'm using this layout and I want to create A minor, so I have, there's my root, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, obviously I can't get it to the 8th. So the way of doing that, count back 6 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's A minor. So again it's root, count up 4 again as you were if you were down here, but because you're running out of space, count back 6 spaces. You know, it's worth remembering that these notes down here are exactly the same as these 4 notes up here. For a major, count back 5 spaces. So if I wanted to do A major and I'm up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's A major. Now obviously there is theory behind creating these chords and why each note's chosen, but this isn't about the theory, this is simply about how to find major and minor chords on the machine. That is all it's about. Okay, so now I'll move on to how we can use this in the software. Okay, so here we are in Maschine. So basically, let's find our first chord as I was using earlier. This time what I'm going to do here is create a basic chord progression in the machine software. So we'll start off with the C major chord. So as you can see there on the piano roll, as I select each one, each note, they become orange. Now that the note there with the word 3 on it, because that's the bass note. That will always be orange. Same with that 4 and 5. They're bass notes. So that one will always be orange. The others are highlighted up. So all we have to do then is to select it while you're holding down the keys on the, while you're holding down the pads on the machine. Just double click each corresponding place on your machine pattern. So then I can highlight them and say I want to hold those notes for the entire bar. Now what I'll do, because this is an 8-bar progression, so I'm going to increase the pattern length to 8 bars. Now, so that's my first chord in my progression. So now I want to move on to my second chord, which is, in this case, is G. Now this is the chord progression of a well-known song. So I am using something that is quite well known for this example. So again, move on here. So my next one is G. So again, if I see which 3 are highlighted, I can ignore that one because that's, as I said earlier, that's the bass note. So that's them 4. And again, I'm going to stretch that across for the whole thing. So that's C, G. Next one is A minor. Now I'm going to move that one because I know I want that to be a bit lower. I don't want that to be as high as that, pitch-wise. So I'm going to move that down to that one there. And again, you can notice these are the same notes because of where they appear on this piano roll. So you can see that that comes before 2 sharps, and so does that. So you know that's the same note. I mean that. So we'll again select those for this chord, for that chord, and stretch them across again. And then my 4th chord is going to be F. So again, I've got F. And again, because that one's up there, I don't want that note. I want the other one. But it's still going to be the same chord. It's just in this case, which is the C, is lower. It's the same chord because it's still got the same notes. It doesn't matter whether they're the higher or the lower notes. As long as the notes are the same, it's still the same chord. And then the next note again was C, which we had earlier. Okay, move that across. And then we've got G again, as we had earlier. Doing the same. Drag it across. This time we've got F again. Except F is not for that long this time, it's not for the whole bar. This time we'll just do it to that length there. Next is C again. This time I only want it for 1 beat. And then D minor. So we'll go in D. Over there again, just so we get the notes right. D minor, and then finally C. For the entire bar, for the final bar. Now with this D minor in this particular progression, I want that to be that note there, which is the A. I want that to be lower, and again I can see where it falls in between these sharps. I can see that that note is the same as that note. So I'm just going to bring that down there because I want that to be lower. And now I want to put a basic drum beat on here. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. I think I'll go for the Absinthe B kit. That's a bit loud. I'll turn that down. Find myself in times of trouble. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. And there you go. That's how to find basic chords, major and minor, on the Maschine, and then how to use that knowledge to create basic chord progressions. I hope that helps. If you've got any questions, please comment below. Also, if you want to hear some of my sounds I created on the Maschine, please go to our my SoundCloud page, which again is linked. It's linked in the description. So just click on that.